Now live.
89.5 WSKB.
From the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Good morning. This is Bob Steele.
Oh, no.
The snow will be coming down soon, and we'll be having our no school announcements. Kids, get ready. Decide whether you'll be having a day off or not.
You're going to tweak people. They're going to think it's a best of show.
Well,
We're live.
It's like 350 years of celebrations here in Westfield.
It's May 21st.
Frankly,
2019.
I'm a little out of sorts. Good morning, everyone. This is Jay Pagluka. Bob Steele is wandering into the room.
Bob Steele.
Bob Steele,
That's an honor.
the real Bob Steele. Actually, it's Bob Plass. He is wandering into the room. We've had just one incredible weekend here in Westfield. It just holy cow! Wow, it's been fun. Bob, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I of course had an adventure at Dunkin' Donuts this morning.
You have an adventure everywhere.
Oh my gosh! You know,
Don't go there.
Trusty,
Say
dusty, lusty, musty, crusty, and maybe well-modulated psychic today in your dark blue, beautiful shirt there, striped and
stop
and all ready to go.
As I said often this weekend, people would say, "Oh, look, you're pretty," and I go, "Well, no, I'm there's not much I can do to get there, at least until Marion shows up. Then I can be pretty." So my wife Marion shows up.
You mean people were telling you that you were pretty?
Well, yeah, they were trying to make me feel good and get me to do things. I said, no, it doesn't work.
Well, my you know how New Yorkers always have to complain about everything. Well, Peter Coles, the merrymaker of May, the mischievous merrymaker of May, the melodious merrymaker of May.
Kitten of the Keys.
Yeah, kitten of the
yeah,
keys.
that too, yeah.
Meow. Yes, yeah. So at any rate, I have 4 coffees today because we'll
Thank
have
you
a
for
guest,
coffee, Bob.
a lovely guest, and
Yeah, you got to say hi to Kate to your right.
well, we're not introducing her till later, I think.
This is she can jump in. This is the credits for the parade, by the way.
Oh, look at that! Oh my God! Well, special assistant to Mr. Plass. Megan, Katie, Crean. Yes, okay. Yes.
Do you like Korean in your coffee?
Crean.
No, never mind.
Move a little closer here. No, to the microphone.
Sorry. It's a little early for me. Just a little bit.
If you were watching on TV, that was perfect.
That was so wonderful. You're the first woman that ever wanted to get that close.
No, Kathy Palmer.
I heard Kathy Palmer, yes.
Kathy Palmer, of course. So anyway, the woman said to me, she's a new young woman working at Dunkin', a great sponsor, and she said to me, I have 4 coffees, and she said, will you want a tray? And it wasn't like she knew that I needed a tray. She was actually asking if I had a tray.
Do you know
That's
how
good
much
customer
those
service.
trays cost?
Yeah, but for God, what
I don't know. We
I
can
said
price
to
it
her,
out. Let's go look at Amazon.
Can you tell me how?
I'll go on right now.
Yeah. How do you plan? How would you plan to carry 4 coffees like I did, plus the cream in the shirt?
You could assume that you have 4 people in the car.
Yeah.
Well,
You in the drive-thru?
Huh? No, I used using the drive-through. Can't they see who's in the car?
No,
with
they
me?
cannot.
Yeah,
No, they can't.
Oh, come on.
they should be able to. It's not like he has
Yeah.
tinted windows.
Oh, yeah. No, that's true. If I had tinted windows, it would be totally different. Totally different. Yes. Yeah. But at any rate, that's my complaint for the morning. That young,
Your
wonderful
only
woman.
one?
Yeah, no, that's my only complaint. How are the coffees? Are they okay?
They're delicious.
Is it exactly the
Bob,
way you like?
This is the reason I come in on Tuesday morning. Free coffee!
Oh, my word. Okay, all right.
You're making a mess, Bob.
Yeah, I am.
So don't, trust me, it's only a little one.
It's the beginning of the mess. It's the beginning of a mess. All
I have
right.
to do some math. Hold on.
Yes. What you're going to do? What?
I think they're less than $1 a piece.
$1, really?
They're about 50 cents each.
The tray that I carry right
Yeah,
here,
the
this
tray, yeah.
And you throw that away? You had to start.
There are two of them because one isn't sufficient to hold a cup of coffee because it's poorly made.
So, there's two of them.
It's not
together.
made in
this
America.
This is the cardboard
as we say,
kind
yes.
of fiber thingy.
Biodegradable pulp fiber.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, well, that's nice. It's that they're
so if you ever
thinking
wondered,
that way.
that's why they always ask, because obviously if they can save a half a buck 20 times during the day.
They're 51 cents each.
Okay. So
oh my gosh!
I'm sure that Dunkin' Donuts gets them by the millions.
So we're going to start recycling them. We'll be collecting those little things, bringing them back and selling them to Dunkin' Donuts.
No, you're going to bring them home and you're going to make arts and crafts out of them. I'm going to give you on October 12th. You'll have a little table there selling your what do you call these? Jay's
the
trays.
Coffee trays.
They're going to call
Jay's trays.
Jay's trays.
You know what they are good for is if you get enough of them and you're building like a sound studio. It's wonderful sound deadening material.
Yes. Because
oh my
pulp.
gosh. Because they've got this
paper pulp.
Yeah, it's paper pulp, and you've got a lot of different.
So you line you put them up on the walls. You just put them everywhere on the walls, and what you get is a dead sounding room.
Or you could use the. No, I'm not going to go. We're not going to play that game. All right. Onward. Hey,
now I want to know where you were going to go with that.
Well, I was going to. We were going to. You know how on. What's my line anyway?
Whose line is it anyway?
Whose line is it anyway?
Okay. Yeah. Do a little bit of ad lib.
Around the tray and what it could be. Yes, yeah. It looks like a group of Madonnas. Never mind.
You're right. We don't want to go there.
Bob, do you have your program list, by the way, or do I have to print one out?
No, I have it right
Okay.
here. Yes, yeah.
Jay, we need to fill now for a second while Bob gets the program list.
That's right.
Actually, we should.
For those
we
not
should
watching
fill,
on television, Bob is turning around, reaching into his backpack. Well,
no, better yet,
well.
this is. She wants a show, right? Eventually, yeah.
Katie would like a show.
Yes,
The
so,
Katie show.
So this is going to be her theme music. Ready?
Okay, gotcha. That sounds like dragons.
It does, but it's not.
Rise and shine. It's 6 a.m. and your hand can't make it to the alarm clock before the voices in your head start telling you that it's too early, too dark, and too cold to get out of bed. Aching muscles lie still in rebellion, pretending not to hear your brain commanding them to move.
Oh, I
A
love
legion
this.
of voices are shouting their unanimous permission for you to hit the snooze button and go back to dreamland. But you didn't ask their opinion.
No, I didn't.
The voice you've chosen to listen to is one of defiance. A voice that says there was a reason you set that alarm in the first place.
Yeah, what
so
was
sit up, put your feet on the floor, and don't look back because we've got work to do.
This is the grind.
Welcome to the grind.
Oh,
For what is each day but a series of conflicts between the right way and the easy way. 10,000 streams fan out like a river delta before you, each one promising the path of least resistance. Thing is, you're headed upstream. And when you make that choice, when you decide to turn your back on what's comfortable and safe and what some would call common sense, well, that's day one. From there, it only gets tougher. So just make sure this is something you want, because the easy way out will always be there, ready to wash you away. All you have to do is pick up your feet.
Oh, I love it. The grind. The grind with...
But you aren't going to, are you? With each step comes the
Katie?
decision to take another. You're on your way now,
Katie.
but this is no time to dwell on how far you've come.
Korean.
You're in a fight against an opponent you can't see, but oh, you can feel him on your heels, can't you? Feel him
Oh my God.
breathing down your
Who
neck.
did this?
You know what that is? That's you.
Hold on, we'll tell you
Your
when it's
fears,
done.
your doubts, and insecurities all lined up like a firing squad, ready to shoot you out of the sky.
This
But
is
don't
Rod
lose heart.
Serling material.
While they're not easily defeated, they are far from invincible. Remember, this is the grind, the battle
I feel like I
royale
should be
between
on the
you and your
Stairmaster
mind, your body,
right
and
now.
the devil on your shoulder who's telling you that this is just a game. This is just a waste of time. Your opponents are stronger than you. Drown out the voice of uncertainty with the sound of your own heartbeat. Burn away your self-doubt with a fire lit beneath
Yeah,
you.
good.
Remember
Yeah,
what
yeah,
we're fighting
yeah.
for, and never forget that momentum's a
That's
cruel
right.
mistress.
That's right.
She can turn on a
Great.
dime with the smallest mistake. She is ever
Stairmaster?
searching for the weak place in your armor, that one tiny thing you forgot to prepare for. So as long as the devil is hiding the details, the question remains, is that all you got? Are you sure? And when the answer is yes,
Yes.
you've done all you can to prepare
Yes.
yourself for battle. Then it's time to go forth and boldly face your enemy, the enemy within. Only now you must take that fight into the open, into hostile territory. You're a lion in a field of lions.
One more minute?
All hunting the
Yes,
same elusive
this
prey
is
with a desperate
motivation
starvation that says victory
for
is
your
the only
entire
thing
day.
that can keep you alive. So believe that voice that says you can run a little faster and you can throw a little harder, and that for you, the laws of physics are merely a suggestion. Luck is the last dying wish of those who want to believe that winning can happen by accident. Sweat, on the other hand, is for those who know it's a choice. So decide now, because destiny waits for no man. And when your time comes and 1,000 different voices are trying to tell you you're not ready for it, listen instead to that lone voice of dissent. The one that says you are ready, you are prepared. It's all up to you now. So rise and shine.
And then your mother comes in the room and says, "Rise and shine."
Oh no, it would never be my mother. It would have been my father.
Oh, your father. Oh, rise and
and
shine.
he was never that nice either.
Oh my. Oh yeah.
It would be, Megan, are you going to school today?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Mine
here's the
was
thing.
always rise and shine, and you can't be that happy in the morning. You gotta. There has to be sort of a. You gotta. No.
The Smurfs.
The police do it. Not the police. Soldiers do it better with that. Their morning. Don't they do that? Isn't that?
No, that's the one where
That's
you
revelry.
You shoot the trumpet.
That's revelry.
See, here's the thing.
No.
I hear that kind of thing.
Yeah, revelry. That's what
I
it's
hear
called.
that kind of thing, and I'm about 30 seconds into it, and I want to just give up. That's
want-
it. It's done. We're done.
You mean give
I'm
up
done for
listening to it?
No, that's it. Go back to bed. I'm done.
Oh yeah.
Nobody is.
So Megan listened to that every morning while she was a competitive cheerleader for 20 years.
Is that right?
Yes.
And who did that? That voice was so familiar to me.
That's actually, it's a voice of God guy, and I'm
Yes.
sure we can find out.
Yeah.
There's a
my
few
God.
guys out
where
there that
where
do
do
that well.
folks get that? I wonder. Can they go on YouTube? And
Yes. It's if you go on YouTube, you search The Grind cheerleading. And it'll be right there. It's like the first one that pops up.
I love it. Well, that was very well done, and that sounds like a good name for a show. The Grind.
Yes.
Yeah. The Grind with Megan Katie Crean.
Sounds good.
Yes.
Actually, Katie Crean sounds good. That's
Yeah,
a
it
good.
could be your radio name.
There's your radio name.
I think we should just drop the Megan altogether.
Yeah, just Katie Crean.
Well, tell everyone why we're going on and on around the word or the name Katie.
I'll bet it has something to do with you, Bob.
Yeah, everything has to do. If you really want to know.
We.
Yeah. So tell the story, Katie. Go ahead.
The story goes like this. We were at, where were we? It was Friday night at the Anthemium.
The 350
The
reception.
350 reception. And I was meeting a bunch of people, and I finally met the famous
Bob
Plass. And you would think that he would know my name by now, since, or maybe not. Hashtag my girlfriend.
You're right.
But I was Katie.
Boss.
I was Katie the
But
entire
no
night.
one was telling me.
Yes, we tried.
I heard. I just went with it because actually I like Katie better than Megan. But I just went with it.
Yes, yeah. Well, apparently Tina Gorman, who was there, and who all else was?
Me.
Peter, you were all telling me her name is Megan. Her name is Megan. And apparently I didn't hear. And so, we immediately struck up a conversation and an
You guys
ongoing
were
friendship.
whisked away. All of a sudden, she's in a huddle
just
with you.
it's
and-
just, when you meet somebody and you've known them forever, like maybe in a past life we were married, or no, we probably would never be married in a
Bob,
past
you
life.
were married to a lot of people in a lot of past lives.
Yes, I was married to German shepherds in past life.
Okay, now you're going down a weird path. I don't want to follow you.
No. That's exactly right. I mean, like there were a lot of There were a lot of byways. You must have been one of those highways rather than those byways.
I could
Don't
have
step
been.
off the path.
Don't step off the path. Don't.
No.
We don't know what's going to happen.
That's right. No. I wanted to say that we then saw one another throughout the weekend, and look at you, end up sitting next to me on a morning.
Wow, it's Tuesday.
Oh yeah, and wow, it's Tuesday. Today,
you never officially gave your open. We never ran your song, so.
Oh, you didn't? Well, we could do it
ran
at 7
Jay's
o'clock.
song.
I'd love to have it at 7, so when people tune in at 7, you hear my theme. It's by Lin-Manuel Miranda. He wrote that especially for me.
That's too many names.
Yeah, Lin-Manuel Miranda.
He wrote it for
Yeah.
Into the Heights.
He wrote it for Into the Heights, but I always think that it was written for me. At any
After
rate.
all, Bob, it is all about you.
Well, of course it's about me. I have my own
Except
radio
when James
show.
is here.
Yes, yeah. No, but when you're here, I share. I share pretty well. I share reasonably well.
You guys both hold courts in different ends of the room, you see.
So, yeah.
And then people gravitate towards you.
It's a wonder. Katie, these two guys have been with me for almost 5 years now. And we've learned
We're
to...
sorry.
But we really have developed this camaraderie or this ability to talk only when the other person is talking. I don't know how it happens. I mean, no, did I say that right? I didn't say it right. They keep quiet. They know
watch
when
each
to come
other.
in.
When to come in.
You know,
Okay.
except
does
when he
the
talks
repeat.
over me
When he
like
talks
this.
over me like this, yes.
Oh my God!
Oh my
We've
God.
wasted
We've
another
wasted
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
So it was the 350th.
50th. Don't you hate that when that happens?
My son does that to me all the time. It's really not that funny.
Oh God.
The repeater? He does the repeater on you?
Katie.
Yes.
We
All right.
win.
So
We're coming up on our first break. Why don't we take the break?
But I want to take the break because I
that's
want to
right.
tell you why we're going to say this. Because when we come back, we're going to recap, in some degree, the 350th, as we started to do before my coffee expedition. And so I wanted to thank Harry Rock and the committee so much. Honest to God, they did such a bang-up job. It was an entire year of wonderful things. And, you know, at noon on Sunday, when I was worried that we were going to have clouds all day long, somehow or other, the energy, the positive energy from that group of people led by an incredible leader, Harry Rock, the sky opened up and it was sunny all day long.
That and according to
Tomorrow.
Nick Bannon in the warm front.
Well,
And Nick Morganelli, the warm front.
It was the weather coming in beautifully for the most wonderful celebration any city could ever imagine.
No, we had so many floats in the parade from churches. How could it be bad weather?
That's true. Although
I was thinking, this is the perfect example of everyone thinking something and having it happen. In other words,
And you know,
the positive
historically-
energy of thought.
historically, it's always been pouring rain during the birthday celebrations.
Think it.
We've broken
Historically-
a pattern.
It will
Yes.
be.
Well, all right. So at the party on the appreciation party at the Athenaeum on Friday night, a group of us sang this song to Harry, and I thought, I'm going to play it again. Only this time, you'll love this. It's by Carmen Miranda. It's
awesome.
Yeah, it's in a movie called Greenwich Village, and it's 1944 movie. And she's got Carmen Miranda. Do you know who that is, Katie?
No.
Oh, Carmen Miranda
She
was
wears
an
fruit.
actress from the 1940s, early 50s, who had fruit on her head. Then she was like Chiquita Banana.
Yes,
And I'm
here to
say, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Carmen
You got to be
Miranda.
born you got to be growing up in the 60s
Yeah,
to
yeah.
really remember
So
that.
this is
I
her
remember Carmen
version.
Miranda.
Yeah, this is her version. You got to Google it because she is so understated. It's a quick. I'm just wild about Harry. You got to hear it. And then at the end, when she says, "I'm just nuts about him," or something like that, you'll hear it.
Oh, I'm just wild about Harry, and Harry's wild about about me. The heavenly breezes of the skies, it fill me with ecstasy. He's sweet like peppermint candy, and just like honey from the bee. Oh, I'm just wild about Harry, and he just wild about, cannot do without. He just wild about me. Hey, oh, I'm just wild about samba, batucada, carnaval e café. Por uma cumba, vira de uma figa de Guiné. And Harry's wild about ter uma baiana com sandália no pé e provar vatapá com pouco de acarajé. The heavenly pleases, all these kisses, it fill me with ecstasy. Gosta de baiana é pra mim de colher. He's sweet like peppermint candy, and just like honey from the bee. A cachaça granel, por mim ele apanhava papel. I'm just wild about Harry. Pois ele é ioiô que gosta dessa iaia, e é louquinho por samba lá na Praça Mauá. He just wild, anda louquinho por mim. E nuts, sujeito louco como ele eu nunca vi. About me.
Underwriting for Community Radio is provided by the YMCA of Greater Westfield. Every day, the YMCA strengthens the community through programs and services focused on youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. For all the Y's many programs and services, visit us on the web at www.westfieldymca.org. The YMCA, 67 Court Street in downtown Westfield. We're more than a gym. We're a cause. We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646.
Friday mornings is something different on 89.5 FM. It's JP's Talk About Town.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
He's nuts about me.
Don't say nuts.
Please, Bob.
I just love that. Cameron Miranda. Okay, so the 350th.
Wait a minute. What happened to Wow, It's Tuesday?
Wow, it's Tuesday,
Okay,
and my
now
name
we're
is
good.
Bob Plass. I'm here with trusty sidekick Jay Pegluka, the kitten of the keys. There's a little meow, Peter Coles. And today we have a guest for 2 hours. Usually Jessica Martin is under the weather today, and so consequently, she is not the diva of books, and well, she is the diva of books, but she's not going to be here until next week. So
Yeah,
we'll talk
that's a
books
lot
on-
because she does so much work that losing a day for her is probably really hard.
She's got the head cold that's going around. Do people know that there's a head cold going around?
If they have
Yeah.
it, they know, yeah.
Yeah, they do know.
Hey, listen, you were talking about
Yes, go ahead.
You were talking about the 350 committee, and
Yeah.
it's been almost 3 years since that started. I'm honored.
You were on that committee.
I'm honored to have been part of that, and
Yes.
I've got to say, and most people around know that I'm involved in many things, and around not only Westfield but Greater
The
Westfield,
universe,
Western Mass.
actually.
the universe. Yes.
Maybe all
It's-
of New England. I mean, like
sometimes
if we
seems that
include your
way.
work,
Yeah.
it's all of New. You've got New England covered.
But I've got to say,
East Coast.
of all the groups, committees, teams I've ever worked with, this crew has been a ball. And, you know, it's the list of what needed to be done was daunting, and it's easy to get overwhelmed. It's easy to let it get you. Every time we've met, every time we've interacted, it's been with a sense of humor. It's been with the end goal in mind that, hey, we're going to have a party when this is done. Well, no, this is the party. That's exactly what it was the whole time.
And every committee had its own function, and they functioned well. That committee functioned well and brought it back to the larger committee.
Yeah, and all that, it all comes back to Harry. You get a
that's
good
exactly
leader that surrounds himself with good people.
That's right.
And and get good direction. And how can that go wrong? I mean, it's a good lesson
I'm
for anybody.
taking credit for Harry Rock as being the leader of the 350th. You know why?
You did give me your superpower.
Well, I know. Thank you. Oh, that's so sweet. But
You know
I
what your
didn't give him his
superpower
super.
is?
No. He has his own
No,
superpowers.
But you know what your superpower is?
What was it?
Don't look you in the eyes for too long. You'll volunteer for something.
That's right.
That's your superpower, Bob.
Oh, that's true. That's
It is.
exactly true. I know it. Don't look me in the eye for too long.
I know
Katie.
that.
You got it. At one of the beginning meetings, they were when Amber Dennehy and Peter Miller started the whole thing with the city. Brian, our mayor, Brian Sullivan, got it all together, and they were saying, well, we need somebody. And it was just around that time that I ran into Harry at a funeral, and we were in line, and he had just retired from his position to Springfield College, and he's had a career with the YMCA. And he said, "What am I going to do?" And I said, "Oh, I could keep you busy. I'll put you on committees. But how'd you like a radio show? Because we were looking for."
That's true. I remember that. Yeah.
Okay, so it was in the top of my mind, and so I was there when they were beginning to form the 350th committee, and I happened to mention, I said, Harry Rock is getting retired. And,
he's getting retired.
Yeah. Well, you get retired. No, is retired. You don't get retired, or do you?
You retire.
Is that when you get fired?
We had this discussion about the gout.
Yeah.
The gout.
Okay. What is it?
Gout.
Get out.
No, gout.
Oh, gout.
Yes, gout.
Oh, I got it. Okay,
How do you
got
go
out.
from retired? Oh, never mind.
No.
It's putting the retired.
Yeah.
Oh, the gout, the retired.
Yeah, you don't put a the in front of it. You're just retired.
So, because I kind of brought the name up, that, and I'm sure there are other names so I'm taking credit for that. I'm taking credit for Harry Rock. He was birthed in the back room of my apartment in New York City.
See, this is explains a lot, Bob. It clearly you mentored him in how to capture the moment, get on a microphone, and never let it go.
Oh. That's true.
Oh, yeah.
We saw at the beginning of the last performance of Time in Westfield.
Oh,
we got the full Harry, man.
Well,
we pick, honestly, we pick on Harry a lot.
He's
awesome.
awesome.
It's absolutely awesome. It was one of the best things we've ever been part of.
It began with this wonderful celebration of Westfield and the City Council chambers on Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
And Harry spoke for about a half hour, but we went so quickly,
awesome.
And
I have that on video.
It's so wonderful. And there was this moment when the Westfield High School show choir, led by Corey Bruno, sang "America the Beautiful," and it was such a rendition. And the Star Spangled Banner sung in a cappella by three wonderful young women. It made you really proud. For the first time in a long while, Peter, I felt like, and I think that's the smile that was on my face for the entire weekend, that the political parties' separation of civic pride really held the day this weekend. And regardless of what you felt, regardless of even what you feel about the way Westfield is headed, what this is that, or what people are doing.
That was one of the goals set right from the beginning.
Oh, my gosh.
Create civic pride. And what were the other ones? Come on, everyone. We've heard them so often.
It had to be educational, and it had to be fun.
And wait, there's one more. There's one more.
Oh,
one more?
Yeah.
What was the other one?
I remember.
Educational.
I'm trying to remember.
I remember educational and fun.
Educational, fun, and a good time for all. Good weather, and
Harry Collins.
Harry will call us and tell us what it was.
That you succeeded in. That we can't
I feel like I failed you, Harry.
5579.
That's exactly right. So we then went. There was this civic ceremony with the mayor and everybody thanking everybody. Harry received a plaque for all of his wonderful work. We then go out in the lobby or outside in the corridor where Pat Conan has presented the city, or has created this incredible mural of the history of Westfield.
If you haven't seen it yet, take a wander down to City Hall. That's going to be
on the second floor.
Yeah,
and it was there. Oh, also the Westfield Schools had a beautiful photography mural itself that the kids in the Westfield Schools have taken pictures of lots of people in Westfield telling their stories.
Yeah, there was a high school. It was a high school service project for the Key Club.
That's exactly right, and it's going to be unveiled officially on June 2nd, and James Holman and I, my spouse, had the honor to tell our story. They were asking,
cool.
They had all these different people, and they wanted all different varieties of folks. And so I feel
you're definitely a variety.
A
Bob.
variety, yeah. The variety six-pack. And I, so at any rate, that whole mural is going to be unveiled.
Oh, wait a minute.
At the
Our
Senior
research
Center.
department is chiming in.
Ah, yes, okay, gotcha.
Quoteth Harry, it needs to be fun. It needs to be educational, and it needs to be memorable.
Memorable.
Oh,
thank you, Danny. That's Danny.
Oh, Danny
Our research
Anderson.
department.
He is
yeah,
so
Danny,
wonderful.
the research department.
Gotcha.
Thank you, Danny.
All right, so we unveil that. That's at 3:30. Now it's about 4:30. We then go to the scene changes to the Katie Crean Memorial Celebration.
Some of us went home and changed.
Yeah, we all went home and changed, got into our duds, and then went off to the Athenaeum, where we were serenaded by the Westfield High Jazz Group, and the Westfield State University had all kinds of wonderful hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah,
there was an appreciation dinner for the many sponsors, the many volunteers, and the great committee. And after that was over, we then went over to see Time in Westfield at the Westfield Women's Club, written by our very own Kathy Palmer. And I gotta say, I had a smile on my face from the beginning to the end. It was so well done. It was a community theater production.
A lot of community.
A lot of community. People who had never been on stage before in their lives were in this production.
Really?
Now, did
I
they
didn't
look
know
like?
that.
Yeah. And did they look like they might have not have been on stage? Some of them, yes. However, their pride and their ability to just say, "Look, I volunteered for this. I'm part of this historic production," and the music and
even better, Peter was awesome.
Peter Hicks from Eddie's Furniture. You've seen him on TV with his family.
I knew that's who that was.
That's who that is.
That's who that
The
is.
whole thing, I'm going,
I don't think
why do I know
You know
that
the Eddie's
guy?
Furniture ads?
Yeah.
I can't
All his
remember.
kids, they give him the what was the big thing? It was
Don't call me Eddie.
candy or something, or
Yeah,
give
yeah.
candy to
Cookies.
work.
You get cookies.
Cookies to
Cookies
work
to-
on the ads, and then they're all
kids
grown up now.
They're all grown up, and we've watched them from babes until now. And one of them, I think, is about ready to take over Eddie's Furniture or whatever. But so, unfortunately, the lead in Time in Westfield, as Kathy will tell you, he had a family crisis, and he was unable to do the show 2 days before.
So don't call me Eddie, stepped in.
Yeah. So Peter Hicks comes in and he does an incredible job. You didn't even know. Rock and Carol Palmer were hysterical. The music and the lyrics by that Kathy Palmer and Marion Dunk have been producing community musicals for years now, and I got to say. How do you condense 350 years of history into a show?
Well, you create a company that can sell time travel.
That's exactly.
Basically, that's about
right.
it. Yeah.
It was a time traveled show.
What was the name of the
You
company?
saw it.
I was there.
Oh, yeah.
Brady.
West Tech or something like that. WTTT.
West Tours.
West Tours.
WTT.
West Tours time travel.
Yes, yeah. WTTT.
By the way, this is where
Yeah.
Peter Hicks from.
Oh, okay. Are you going
We
to
are the
play that
Hickses
for
of
everybody
Eddie's
listening?
Furniture Company in Holyoke. When I was a kid,
That's Job.
there were
Oh, yeah.
35 furniture stores in our town. Today,
those ones
only
you have
one
to
of these remains. Why
That's
is
his-
Eddie still here?
There he is.
Furniture, first-rate service at low overhead prices. There
They've
is
learned how to
no
do commercials. They
place
didn't know how to talk.
We're not
when
paying you in
it began.
cookies anymore.
Finally.
What are you going to do with all that money?
Cookies?
Yeah.
Hey, why not?
Eddie plays the piano as well, but Peter, his brother, is the actor and the singer, and he did a number with John Velas, our great state rep, John Velas.
I saw the video of that. That's powerful.
Oh, he came out. They had representatives of all the wars, and this wonderful song about remembering our soldiers. I gotta say, I was on a high. Now, meanwhile, while this was happening,
that's just Friday, and now we got to take a break, and then we're going to come back and talk about the rest of the weekend.
The Art Walk was happening at the same time. Artworks Westfield produced this great Art Walk downtown, and we the Westfield on weekends at the Westfield had Art Walk after hours, and it was a great evening. People walking the streets, etc. It's so wonderful. So
I almost played this at the fireworks.
You were going to play this song at the fireworks?
Yes.
This is by Stevie Wonder. It in 1977 today, the Songs in the Key of Life came out. Do you know that
I
album?
wasn't born. I wasn't born until 1979.
Oh my word! Oh my heart! My heart!
All right, Bob. Back
my heart is bleeding for her. My heart. She missed a lot. You missed a lot. Believe me. I'll fill you in later.
Man, you missed the 70s, man.
I know.
Yeah. But Stevie Wonder wrote a tribute to Duke Ellington. The reason why Sir Duke is called Sir Duke, it's a tribute to Duke Ellington.
I actually
knew
that.
The great composer. And you know what? This shows the range and the scope of Stevie Wonder. It's a great song. Sir Duke, it came out in 1977.
Music is a world within itself, with a language we all understand, with an equal opportunity for all to sing, dance, and clap their hands. Well, just because the record has a groove, don't make it in the groove. But you can tell right away it's left to A when the people start to move. They can feel it all over. They can feel it all over, people. They can feel it all over. They can feel it all over, people. Go! Music knows it is and always will be one of the things that life just won't quit. But here's some of music's pioneers that time will not allow us to forget now. So there's Basie Miller, Moe, and the King of all Surdo. And with a voice like Gallup ringing out, there's no way the band could lose. You can feel it all over. You can feel it all over, people. You can feel it all over. You can feel it all over, people. You can feel it all over. You can feel it all over, people. You can feel it all
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Westfield Bank. For more than 160 years, Westfield Bank has been an important community presence and commercial leader in the Pioneer Valley. With convenient full banking services in Westfield, West Springfield, East Longmeadow, Agawam, Feeding Hills, Springfield, Southwick, as well as Enfield and Granby, Connecticut, visit us on the web at westfieldbank.org.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Comcast and Xfinity.com, offering Xfinity TV, Internet, home phone, and home security services. Information on all that Xfinity has to offer in the Westfield area is available online at Xfinity.com. Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Barnes & Noble College Bookstore in the Ely Campus Center, offering Westfield State t-shirts, sweatshirts, and gift merchandise, all of your academic needs, and offering textbook materials in new, used, ebook, and rental formats. Available at the bookstore on campus or online at westfieldstate.bncollege.com.
We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646.
Wednesday mornings from 6 till 8, it's Tina Gorman with Wake Up Wednesday.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Tell you what I want. I can't even, I'm going to see if I can do it slowly. Tell you what I want. What I really, really want. Tell you what I want. What I really, really, what I want is this song to end.
He just did the
Willie.
He just did the William Shatner version.
You remember?
Bob sings the Spice Girls.
The Spice Girls.
The Spice. What I really, really want. Now, see, that's a hard one for somebody who grew up. I said my R's like W's when I was a kid. So this is really hard.
Brady used to do
hard
that too.
for me. Yeah, that's exactly right. Hey, everybody, I'm Bob Plass, and Jay Pegluka stepped out, but he's still here. Well-modulated Jay Pegluka. And if you hear something in the background...
They're testing the fire alarms.
They're testing the fireworks. Yeah.
The fire alarms.
Oh, fire alarms. And
yes.
They told us that the gentleman, as I was coming in, told me that it was going to be 15 minutes of this in testing in the background.
It's pretty much, you might be able to hear it a little bit on the mics, but we pretty much were kind of semi.
You did very, very nicely, because I was worried that we were going to have that happen.
Remember we actually had a fire alarm one day? We had to actually go outside?
In the middle of a show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a legit fire alarm. We had to evacuate the studio.
Yeah, it's exactly right.
I think I played like a 20-minute song or something. Hopefully it worked.
Hey, it's May 21st, 2019, everybody. You're listening to, well, it's Tuesday. That's Peter Cole's Kitten of the Keys. Hi, meow.
Meow.
And we are pleased. This is a first. You know, I have had a request to bring my spouse on, James, for 5 years, and James will not go near the mic.
I told James I would tape a show and he could supervise the editing.
Yeah, well,
James is awesome.
Oh yeah, well, okay, well, Katie's met James, so
why won't he come on?
Well, because he doesn't want the world to know that he might murder me during a program. That's basically it, you know. Yes, yeah. We don't need to go out.
No, this is testing.
Okay.
The guy's been walking around there testing.
Yeah, they know. So as you're listening to this, everyone, it's not the Blitz. There's nothing happening in Westfield. That sound you hear in the background is actually just...
Simplex is here testing.
Simplex.
There's nothing to see here. Please walk away from the site.
Before we get back to talking about the 350th, while this is on, I've got the perfect solution. I wanted to tell you, last week I was telling you about, I live with students from Westfield State on one side and students behind me from Westfield State. So I'm surrounded by Westfield Staters, okay? So I have now become the grandfather of all these Westfield Staters. And Westfield Staters. Is that what they call owls?
Did they teach you how to do a keg stand, Bob?
No.
An ice luge?
No. They always want me to play beer pong with them, and I'm not going there.
If they made it Cabernet Pong, would you do it?
Yeah, that's closer. That's closer. If they could do the Moscow Mule,
they'd probably do that if you show them how to make it.
Yeah, no, one Moscow Mule, and I've had it. So, at any rate, last week I was telling you the story about having them decide they have discovered fire. The students have discovered how they could build little fire pits in their backyard and be outside, move the party outside in sense. And I told about how I was trying to sleep and et cetera, and we tried.
It was 3 a.m. and Bob was listening to the neighbors.
Yeah, and so I walk over and I told them et cetera. So I told that story. And, AJ and Trevor and, Eric and Joe.
This is all for documentation purposes.
Yes, yeah. And Ben Hogan, his name is. He's not the golfer. Ben Hogan is actually next door to me. So I go over and I do this thing. But then I had a solution. I came up with this solution. I went out and I bought a sound machine. And I don't want to tell them because I still want them to behave. Well, Peter, the sound machine is here. I brought it in.
I bet you it sounds like that.
No, wait a minute. There it is. Okay. All right, wait a minute. I'm going to turn it.
Funny, Bob, it sounds like a fire drill.
No.
That now won't work. Did you bring the plug for
working? What I mean, when I need
Bob, did you bring the power supply for it?
It's right here. Peter, as my technician, would you check this out?
He didn't bring the power supply, I bet.
There's batteries in there, but I bet
put the cover on.
One of them fell. Yeah, the batteries don't work unless you put the cover on, Bob.
Oh, is that right?
No, that's not right. It doesn't matter.
Right. Jay's also a technician, so he can look at it right there.
I are a technician, but you got to put the batteries in the right way.
The batteries. I was going to ask that.
648 at WSKB Westfield.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Okay.
This is rain. This is good. I need one of these.
See, it sounds just like the rain that we had the other night.
Rain?
So,
yes.
While it's raining out, if you put this on, that way it's raining.
I can't do rain because it makes me pee.
It's kind of like...
And so when you put the rain on, I immediately want to go to the bathroom.
That would happen to me.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Who the hell cares?
All right, what's that one? That's wind.
No, it's white noise.
Oh, this is white noise. Okay.
Yeah. Now, there's white noise, and then there's pink noise.
What's
noise.
Pink noise.
Pink noise is something that I use when I'm setting up a sound system.
And in my circles, it's a bunch of gay guys partying. Yay! Bring on the fondue.
Oh, my God.
No. So I selected the ocean as mine. Okay, here, wait a minute. Now, the ocean goes on and on. Now, the problem...
It's a short wave.
Yeah, okay. The problem is this. You put the sound on, and then the sound is happening, and it sounds like I'm on the Cape, and the ocean is coming back and forth. But then I'm listening so carefully to see if I can hear the neighbors next door beyond it. So I've created this thing that I can't go to sleep because I'm trying to hear whether there's sound going on that I'm missing.
It's not supposed to work like that, Bob. You're supposed to lay there with that on and not...
No. I love the one that's springtime or something, the forest. Isn't there one of the forest there? Would this drive you nuts or not?
No, I actually like that.
We're walking through the forest, Katie, and it's night. Look. Oh, my God. There's a deer. Oh, my God, no.
That might get a little scary if I leave that on and I wake up in the middle of the night.
It does sound sort of like Psycho in the bathroom.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. And there's one other that I really... that's the summer night. Here's a brook.
See, water, I like water. Water is soothing.
Except it makes me want to get up and go to the bathroom.
I would be the same way if I tried to
Except
sleep
for
through that.
the oceans. The ocean sound makes it sound to me as if we are... we're at the Cape, and I've paid money to have this beautiful cottage, and I pretend that I'm there. And except I'm trying to listen to see whether the guys are talking, and I'm not hearing it.
Well, you should probably stop eavesdropping on your neighbors.
That's true. I wish them all the best summers. They've left. Today is the last day. You know, I really grew to love these kids.
You're going to miss them.
I am.
You remember the movie The Right Stuff?
Oh, yeah, the one about the astronauts.
Yeah, there's a scene in there where it's Alan Shepard, and he's up in the capsule, and he's got to go to the bathroom. Right? And all around the control room, everybody's getting a drink of water, walking out of the bathroom. Yeah,
Wait a minute, you can go. There's actually a bathroom in the.
No, not in the capsule, but in the control rooms.
In the control rooms.
And so everybody knows he's got to go to the bathroom, and then you get one scene after another of somebody taking a drink of water, somebody walking out of the bathroom, somebody turning on a water faucet. There's stories going around that when that was in the movie theaters, everybody was getting up and going to the bathroom.
I'd be one of them.
Yeah, exactly. It's the power of suggestion.
I don't know if
that really was a big giant Diet Coke. You know?
Jay, does this happen to you? James will tell you that the minute he says, "Time to leave," I'll be in the car. Immediately, he'll go out to the car, and immediately, regardless of whether I've been to the bathroom 2 minutes before or whatever, when he says I'll be in the car, immediately something within my system says I'll be right there. I have to go to the bathroom.
It
happens when I leave. Do you find that? I don't know.
If any type of suggestion, I find myself now that I'm older that if I pass by a bathroom, I better go because. And I'll ask Brady about 150 times.
It's like a barroom for me.
Do you need to use the bathroom? You better get in the bathroom. Use the bathroom. But
yes,
so he'll go, and then I better go too.
No, it's true. Maybe it's because our mothers always had said, when you're on a trip, has everybody gone to the bathroom before you get into the car?
It's true.
Make sure that you're there in the car. Yes. As opposed to James, who carries a bottle
no, that's too much
in the car. And that's, no. I am not peeing into a bottle in the car.
So undignified.
So undignified. There's no way to do it dignified. Mrs. Cockenlocker.
See, but no one would know that, Bob, unless you told the story on the air.
Oh, my word.
Now everyone knows.
Oh, my God.
And you get that for that.
Yeah. 6:56 in the morning. Hey, when we're going to continue our discussion about the 350th. But,
we're all over the place this morning.
No, but you know what? I was thinking about it. Usually we have stories of substance, and I do have some substantive things to talk about.
When?
But, I don't know. Maybe they'll come out one way or another. I don't know. But Katie, I'm always, I could bring up, we'll go right to another level the minute I bring up politics.
Oh,
but I won't bring up politics today because it was a bipartisan weekend here in Westfield. And
it was a Westfield weekend.
It was Westfield. And it was a weekend in May. Now, Jerome Kern and Oscar Hammerstein had lots of successes, okay, including Showboat. Remember that musical Showboat? Do you, Katie?
Yes, Showboat. I remember Showboat.
Showboat is great, with Old Man River and all of that. Well, they wrote a musical called Very Warm for May. The name of the musical, Very Warm for May. Yesterday was very warm for May. It was like 80s out.
There was, Sunday was like 83. Yesterday was 80 in the 80s. It was beautiful weather.
It was, but now we're back to normal. We're back to the 60s, and it's going to be
slightly lower than normal. We're supposed to be in the 70s this time of year.
Oh, are we?
Yes.
Oh, so we're lower than we were. We're 15 degrees lower than yesterday.
Oh, more like 20.
Oh, see, it's like, you never can trust New England at all.
No, not at all.
Right.
I'm sunburned, so that I have my base tan going.
Whatever Ken Stump's. Well, I was in the parade.
You're on the black metal deck.
Yeah. So But whatever it was that I was spraying, somebody was it your
Kenny's.
spray?
No, it's Kenny's.
Kenny's spray. I don't know what
SPF 70.
70.
It protected me for. I've been going to be protected for a week now because I sprayed so much on.
Well, I use the 70 SPF and I am burned. So this
Maybe you put it on late though, because I had already started to burn when I put it on.
But look at this. You'd never even know.
Now they're comparing
yes,
tans.
I'm a shade lighter than you are.
Yes,
my friend.
you are, but
Yeah.
this isn't good. I need 100 SPF from now on.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, getting back to Very Warm for Me, it opens on Broadway. They think they're going to have this huge hit. It was so awful. It was a terrible show. Except for one song.
One number made it out.
One song
live.
that is the most beautiful song in the world. And it always appears on people's who are older, their list of favorite songs. And it's called All the Things You Are. You are the promised kiss of springtime that makes a lonely winter seem long. You are... it's beautiful.
Are you serenading me, Bob?
Yeah, no, yes, I'm actually going to serenade you. You are the promised kiss of springtime that makes a lonely winter seem long. You are.
Okay, that's good. That's enough.
That's enough. Okay. So, I'm not going to play anybody singing it. This is the greatest guitarist in the world. If you haven't checked out Joe Pass, P-A-S-S, he is an incredible guitarist. This is from his album, I think it's called Impresario, and it's
Virtuoso.
Virtuoso. I knew it had an oso on the end of it. What did I say, Impresario?
Yes.
Oh, no, it's Virtuoso. This is from his album, Virtuoso. It's All the Things You Are from Very Warm with May. Listen to the way he takes this, and it's a solo guitar. It is so beautiful. Joe Pass.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Bay State Dental. Comprehensive dentistry at 14 convenient locations in Springfield, Chicopee, Longmeadow, West Springfield, Belchertown, East Longmeadow, Ludlow, Northampton, Greenfield, and Wilbraham, as well as 29 Broad Street in Westfield. Bay State Dental makes it a priority to help you achieve and maintain the healthy smile you deserve. On the web at baystatedental.com.
We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646.
It's Tuesday morning from 6 till 8. Wow, it's Tuesday with Bob Plass.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
It's Tuesday morning, everyone. May 21st, 2019 and counting.
Good morning, Bob.
Hello, class. Welcome. My name is Bob Plass, and I am here with Trusty, Dusty, Lusty, Musty, and Crusty, and well-modulated sidekick, J. Pagluka.
Some mornings I feel more crusty than others.
Oh, are you a crusty person today?
No, this morning I'm pretty good.
You're mellow.
I got up early this morning. I'm mellow and just like... very zen this morning.
Wonderful.
Yes,
wonderful.
Always.
Speaking of zen...
Always well modulated.
Yes, right. Well, that mellifluous voice is the mellifluous, mischievous merrymaker of mayhem.
I got to look up mellifluous.
Mellifluous?
Mellifluous. Is it what is mellifluous?
Sounds like a disease.
Maleficent, I think it's evil, so I don't want to use that.
That's
Maleficent.
name.
It's a
Maleficent.
Melodious. That's what I meant. I want to hear a beautiful hearing.
Mellifluous, sweet or musical, pleasant to hear.
I knew. See, there we are. Mellifluous.
Wow.
There is a word.
Yes. How do you spell that word? Mellifluous.
Mellil. Excuse me. Let me start again, please.
Yeah.
Mellifluous. Mellifluous.
Mellifluous. Mellifluous merrymaker of mayhem. That's Peter Coles on the board.
It's a description of a voice or words.
Mellifluous.
There you go.
Can you say
just that good?
Say that 3 times, Peter Coles.
Mellifluous, mellifluous, mellifluous.
Mellifluous, mellifluous, mellifluous.
She sells.
And now Kenny will show up.
Yeah, and no. And that laugh you hear is you've never heard this person before, but her name is Megan Katie Crean, and Megan Katie Crean is the girlfriend.
Hashtag my girlfriend.
My girlfriend of Peter Coles. It's not often that you have.
Peter just ran out of the room.
Yeah, he left.
Do you know Kenny's contest? Every time
yes,
Pete says my girlfriend, you got to have a drink.
You have to take a shot. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, exactly right. So when poor
now everyone else listening knows too. So yeah. So whenever Pete's anywhere and says my girlfriend, everybody's going to.
I actually thought that he didn't really know my name, so he would say my girlfriend because he couldn't think of what my real name was.
Starts with M.
Yeah.
I love it. That's his madness. It's wonderful, wonderful. Well, you have really shot to the top of our list because you got up at 5 a.m. to get here for this wonderful day.
Yes.
And Megan, who is known by well-modulated brain. Katie, I call her Katie for God knows why.
Is that what we call your brain?
Yeah, well-modulated. No, no. We don't want to call my brain. I'm like that egg and that you place on the pavement in the middle of the summertime. You know, this is your, what is that? This is your brain.
Oh, this is your brain. This is your brain on drugs.
I couldn't figure out what
and then there was I learned it by watching you, Dad.
Oh, was that? Oh my God.
After school specials.
Oh, gotcha. After school specials. So Megan has joined us. Jessica Martin, if you've tuned in to hear the diva of books and bees and realty, she will be on next week and not this week. We're sorry that she is under the weather, and we wish you, Jessica Martin, a healthy head cold recovery. The head cold.
She deserves some downtime.
How do you get rid of a head cold?
Tea, honey, peppermint.
Anything else?
Cough drops.
Oh, whiskey and lemonade. Sweat it out.
Honey, Jack Daniel's honey.
Jack Daniels and honey.
Oh my God, there's nothing better.
There's Jack Daniels honey.
Really?
Jack Daniels honey
is phenomenal. You know what? It's great is when you come in from the cold. If you come in from the freezing cold, like off a mountain from skiing, yes, and you just sip a little bit of that Jack Daniels honey.
So
I feel
wonderful.
like I'm getting heartburn right now just thinking.
It's one of those rare whiskeys that you can and should sip. You know, just take a little taste, and it just gets warm, going down, soothing.
Now, if you had a lot of it because of the sugars, you would probably wake up with a massive hangover.
Now you're messed up, but that's not what it's for.
No, I know it. I really do love that, and I don't.
Sip responsibly.
Sip responsible. That's what we say to everything. All right, so hey. We were talking about congratulations to the 350th committee. We were on Saturday, and on Saturday morning there was this great race in downtown Westfield.
Before that,
what was that?
Pancake breakfast right across the street from your house, Bob.
I even got up. I came across the street.
Ooh, for pancake! I didn't even get up for the pancake breakfast.
I was out there playing music at right at sharp at 7:30 sharp.
Dave Flaherty and the Boy Scout Cub Scouts put it together.
All the troops in Westfield got together and did one huge event. Tag team by Joe Mitchell. He was the past president of one of the troops, and Dave Flaherty, who's the other troop. So they all got together. All of the scouts in Westfield got together, even the Girl Scouts, and they massive job.
It was a cool
It
thing.
was so
we had city
well
councilors
set up.
flipping flapjacks. We had Mike McCabe flipping flapjacks.
And you're playing dance music, and all of the cooks are dancing in front of the grills.
I know they were having a great time.
Yeah, it was a good time.
I kept them motivated.
Yeah, and you got and Andrea York and Don York had pictures so that you could put.
They're going to put for the time capsule.
They're all going to be in the time capsule. All these pictures of
family
all of us.
pictures. Yeah.
So there's a picture of me and Frankie and James that will be in the time capsule.
Well, you are a family, Bob.
Yeah, well, exactly right. The happy homo family, as James refers to us.
Oh, she finally got to meet Frankie, by the way.
Not anybody can get away with saying that.
No,
Bob.
but I can.
Bob, she finally got to meet Frankie because we encountered James and Frankie in the East Hampton Savings Bank parking lot.
You did.
Yeah.
And they saw how big Frankie was.
Yeah. I'm
a big dog lover.
Oh, he's a wonderful dog. But so at any rate, this wonderful time capsule that is going to be stored in the city clerk's office. And there are two versions. I mean, there's two vaults. Two vaults. And
they were
Westfield
donated
on
by
Weekends.
Frisch and Adams.
Yeah, we are happy that Westfield on Weekends has I think a T-shirt, and we have one of our Westfield on Weekends dolls in there, and some other memorabilia with the list of who our president, J. Pagliuca, president, and during the 2019 year. That's in the vault, etc. But
yeah, so they got two urns, burial vaults that are big enough to hold an urn. So they're about the size of this board. They were pretty big. There's two of them. They're going in the city clerk's vault, and they're going up on a shelf. And their instructions I think there's a plaque on the top saying the date to be open.
50 years from now.
Yeah.
unfortunately, I don't think I will be around. It would be lovely if I were
I'm
around.
going to be around. I already have orders to place my urn on the stage up there to watch everything.
Oh, this is
Brady will be around though.
Yeah,
I'll be 90.
Yeah, you'll probably be around.
Well, Brady, it's 7:15. So Brady, if you're listening, it's time to get ready for school.
Come on, Brady, get out of bed, rise and shine.
This is the grind.
Here he is going. Yeah, he's going.
Brady
Thanks,
is
Mom.
Katie's son. Yes, yeah. Hey, so at the pancake breakfast, it was such a pleasure to see thousands of kids getting pancakes. I wonder how many pancakes they served.
They figured about 2,000.
Was about 2,000 pancakes.
And the thing was, is they had got a dunk tank, and they allowed groups. Nonprofit groups around the community to man the dunk tank for an hour.
Ooh.
And they would get all the profits for that hour. So Westfield Technical Academy baseball was there. I'm not sure who else did it. I went over there and shot while they were doing it because it was dunk the coach, and his team was lining up to dunk the coach. No, dunk the coach, Bob Eck.
Oh, Bob Eck. Oh,
the coach
he's
of
great.
Westfield Tech Academy baseball.
Yeah.
He was the first one in the tank, and all his players lined up to dunk him, and he goes, all right, I'm here for 10 minutes. You guys are doing the rest of it. I'm going to dunk you.
I love it.
And then they had an Eagle Scout project.
Yes.
That he made carnival games, including the toilet bowl toss. Did you see that?
The toilet bowl toss.
What is the toilet bowl
I don't want to even
toss?
think about what they're tossing into that toilet.
So he made
Don't flush.
No, it wasn't a full toilet bowl. It was like a box with a toilet seat and the full toilet seat. So you have a backstop. And you were tossing rolls of toilet paper into the toilet bowl toss, and you win a prize.
I love it.
Isn't it? And they made a birthday cake.
Yeah.
And they used it as a rope ring toss. So all the candles were things you had to toss the rope rings onto.
And my favorite thing,
isn't that cool?
What was that?
When you went over, got your pancakes, and then there were all the different stations. You could get butter, you could get syrup, and they had one of them that was just labeled goop.
Oh, I love that.
Yes, goop, and it was all the fruit toppings and everything, just goop.
Goop.
Chocolate syrup.
I went over and hung out at the goop station.
Oh yeah. Peter, you did a great job playing music there. Thank you.
Kept everybody moving and grooving.
You did. And then after that, you got ready for the...
No, see, this is where Kenny and I tag teamed all day.
Oh, okay. So what was next?
I went home and took a rest for about half an hour.
Right.
Kenny shot the Flat Fast 5K, and he set up at the finish line and just recorded. So he got almost all the runners.
Mike Tierney and his team that we had the fastest 5K. That's the fastest 5K in America race, apparently, because it's downhill. So you can. What was the winning time, I wonder?
Usually it's like about 15 minutes.
15 minutes, yeah.
15 minutes, wow.
And normal 5Ks are around 16 or 17. So they really do pick up speed coming downhill. And it's not like a drop. It's a steady grade downwards, so they can pick up speed as they go.
Okay, so the race is going on.
And it was the parade route, basically.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit longer than the parade route.
bit longer than
But
the
not
parade
much.
route, yeah. So after the parade, then there is a block party going on all day long.
The 5K,
and yes. And we had a utility box painting.
Yes, I saw that. I saw them painting.
Yeah. Westfield on weekends received a grant from the Massachusetts Cultural Council, the Westfield Cultural Council, for utility box painting. So they were painted by an artist, really nice, right in front.
We saw one by Stop and Shop.
So there's one by Stop and Shop, and there's one by in front of the green as well.
The utility box on the green?
It's not on the green. It's on in front of the that old bank that used to be there, the Bank of America.
I think that's the one that I saw. I don't think I saw the one.
Yeah, shout out.
Remember we did because we had to go that way to get back up to the house.
Oh,
shout out to Morgan Druniani that really headed that up and organized it and everything. Westfield on weekends, of course, helped as well, but Morgan was the lead on that.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, that's she did the first round. This is the second round. Don't know. I'm hoping we get funding for another round because I think that adds to downtown.
Oh,
it really does.
I love to. Yeah. I love the idea of
and
walking
whilst
around.
That was going on, we were watching.
What were you watching?
Time in Westfield.
Time in
Westfield.
Westfield.
That was a matinee. The final show was a matinee at 2:00.
Did you have time in Westfield?
I did.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. The matinee for Kathy Palmer's wonderful show. Okay. Then what happens at night?
But you missed all the yoga stuff.
Oh God, I
had
heard
yoga
about
at
that. Did you hear
7:30.
this?
I heard about that too. I would have yoga.
Yogurt.
Yoga by the river at 7:30. They had
They ought
yoga.
to have that every week.
Yoga for They do it at Stanley Park. They have yoga every Saturday morning.
But I'd
at
love to
Stanley
do
Park.
it by the river with the gurgling waters or something. Yes. How do I? We'll do the sound effect of the gurgling water here.
So they also had, Bob, at 11 o'clock, they had yoga for gardeners at Grandmother's Garden.
Oh, really?
Yes. And at 1 o'clock, they had pollinator gardening, so to learn how to pollinate your flowers, how to do pollinating.
Ah, gotcha.
And the Columbia Greenway
Become your own bee.
The Columbia Greenway had a bike rodeo going on at 9 o'clock. So during early pancakes, bike rodeo. That
Right.
was at the YMCA.
Right.
And then they also had a rail trail quest. So
that was like a
was
scavenger
from,
hunt or something. Right?
Yeah. So right where the 5K ends, right? That's where they met up and jumped on the Greenway Trail.
I love it. I so love it. And then we.
So now we're up to the afternoon.
Yes. What happened in the afternoon?
Well, after time in Westfield,
right?
We took another break.
We all went home and we took a little nap, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we did.
Yes.
And then it was time for the Children's Carnival at 5:30.
The Children's Carnival at
Which Mr. Brady says, I'm too old for that. Those are for the little kids.
Oh,
right?
your 11-year-old son said you.
Yes.
Until we drove by it on the way into where we were setting up for the fireworks, and he went, "Oh, that looks cool."
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they had to go.
So this was in Amelia Park, right? They were serving hot dogs and hamburgers?
Yes, and lemonade and all sorts of
Did he get a
kids'
hot dog?
game. No, he didn't want one.
No.
They were free. This was the other thing that Harry Rock and the committee did. They went out and they got all this free stuff for kids. Honest to God, it was so wonderful.
Yep.
So wonderful.
So what did he do in the carnival games? You were kind of there. I was setting up. So.
There was, it was called Frogger, and you had to throw like these
beanbags.
Real frogs.
Yes, real frogs. No, they were like they were
Croak.
plastic frogs, and you had to throw them and get them on the lily pad. Then they had something similar. It was like a chicken where you had to throw the chicken and get it into the nest. They had axe throwing. Brady got one.
Wait a
right
minute.
In the,
Axe throwing?
It was Velcro. Nobody was they
all
were
right.
allowing
axes.
kids to throw reil axes.
Oh,
Bob.
all right. Well, we don't.
Where's the fun in growing up now? See, when I was a kid, we had jarts. Yeah, to those that don't know what jarts are, it's a giant dart with a steel tip you'd throw across the lawn.
God. It's like a javelin.
Yeah,
you know,
and
like
it looked like a little mini javelin, and people were getting impaled with these things.
Dan Knappik tells the fond story of actually they invented a game of throwing it over the house.
Yeah,
to try to hit a target.
Can you get it up over the house?
See if you could throw it all the way over the house.
Oh my God!
And somebody was walking around back there. Well,
oh my God! So they have the Lizzie Borden Memorial Axe Throwing Contest.
Yes, the Lizzie Borden.
Teach your kids how to become mass murderers or something terrible.
And get away with it.
Absolutely.
You see somebody in the front of the house going, whee! And then the thing goes up over the house, and you hear.
Oh my gosh!
Here's your bouncy ball.
Yeah, really. Well, it sounds
and they were giving away prizes and stuff like that.
Yes, my purse is full of
wonderful trinkets
prizes,
and stuff.
Yes.
How wonderful! Hey, so everybody, now it's 7:23 in the morning. It's going to be a nice spring day out.
Yes,
not like yesterday, which was summer, but today it's spring. And last Sunday night was the finale of American Idol versus Game of Thrones. I watched Game of Thrones on Sunday night. Oh,
I've never seen a single episode of
God.
Game of Thrones.
And they got a lot of complaints.
Who won?
I'm not going to tell everybody the ending of this darn thing. All I can say is it was disappointing in its own way.
Was that the one that all I saw was dragons burning everything?
Yes.
Well, yeah, that dragon was burning everything in sight.
So then you
did
know
anyone
who won.
remain at the end? I'm not going to tell you who remained and whatever. Meghan McCain told everybody on The View, apparently on Monday morning, what happened at the end of it. And she had to apologize nationally for telling folks who hadn't seen the end, and we don't want it. But
remember when you used to have appointment television and then you could talk about it afterwards?
Oh, it's very true.
DVR ruined that.
Yeah, no, it's exactly. But let me tell everybody, I just read this morning that George R.R. Martin, the guy that wrote A Song of Fire and Ice, the original book series for Game of Thrones, he is still to write the Volume 5 and Volume 6. Television got up to Volume 5, and then the producers created their television ending.
Oh.
So for those that are not satisfied with the television ending, there is going to be the book that probably will come out this year, Volume 5, and then Volume 6, which hasn't even begun to be
I don't know why people don't like
written.
it. It was the television. I wrote this on somebody who was complaining about it.
Yeah.
It's their vision of what happened.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't like it, do what the Star Trek fans did. They did crowdfunding, and they funded their own episodes of how it should be.
That's exactly right.
They did
It was
that.
impressively filmed. I've got to say that. Impressively filmed. And I love the actors. There were thousands of actors. All of them were killed off during the series, and there were very few left at the end. But to find out who's left at the end, you have to watch the thing. So at any rate,
and then for the movie that everybody's going to want to do. Yeah.
And then there was this
movie.
Oh, that's right. American Idol. There we go. Now let me tell you about American Idol. The person that should have won didn't win.
That happens every year.
Yes,
Who should have won?
There was a young man
Adam
named
Lambert should have won his year.
Alejandro Aranda, who is a songwriter who had 4 different songs sung on that last night. As Katy Perry said, people think of American Idol as a karaoke contest. And he raised the stakes, this young man, by very beautiful music he writes. He was a dishwasher whose inspiration was, and actually was homeschooled, and his inspiration was Chopin and Bach. And here he is writing popular songs on the guitar and piano.
Wow.
Incredible. He should have won. Who won? This wonderful young man from, I think, Louisiana.
Somebody they could package up and
Bayou Boy. Yes. And gosh, I can't even think of the guy's name now. Who was the guy that won? At any rate, he won because he was so darn good looking. He is a good singer. Is he a great singer? Not exactly.
Lane Hardy.
What is? Oh yeah, Lane Hardy. Party with the Hardy. Yes, yeah. And he is a lovely young
country
man.
artist?
Country and rock. He looks like Elvis Presley. I mean, he's got a career because he's handsome.
He's
and
marketable.
He plays the guitar, but he doesn't write songs. But he's got his new song or single is called Flame. Show us your lighters, everyone. Hold up your lighter. Let the light be shown, or whatever the heck it is. But I thought it was a great final episode because they had all these great pairing up.
So we're playing Katy?
We're going to play Katy Perry, who doesn't get credit from us old folks for really having a beautiful,
artist.
Unbelievable artist. And she's with another young man, Jeremiah Lloyd Harmon. This is one of the losers on American Idol, but his voice is incredible. And you got to hear him. He's a red-haired.
I haven't watched American Idol since Kelly Clarkson won.
That's
the first one.
Season.
That was the first season. I have not watched it since.
It's been on 17 years.
Yes, I think the last winner was from Connecticut.
The last winner might have been from Connecticut.
Nick Fradiani.
No.
Who was
Maddie Popey was last year's winner. Nick Fradiani was years ago.
Oops.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, there you are. Would you watch all 17 seasons, come back and tell us what you think?
Yes, I should do that.
Get right. And then Big Brother is starting in a couple of weeks, so Kenny Sampsey and I will be really happy.
Big Brother.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So at any rate, everybody, I'm going to play Katy Perry and Jeremiah Lloyd Harmon's beautiful Unconditionally song. It's called Unconditionally, and it's really about the way we should treat people unconditionally.
Oh no, did I get too close? Oh, did I almost see what's really on the inside. All your insecurities, all the dirty laundry, never made me blink one time. Unconditionally, I would love you unconditionally. There is no fear now. Let go and just be free. I would love you unconditionally. So come just as you are to me. Don't need apologies. Know that you are worthy. I'll take your bad days with your good. Walk through this on my own. I do it all because I love you. I love you unconditional, unconditionally. I will love you unconditionally. And there is no fear now. Let go and just be free. I will love you unconditionally. Acceptance is the key to be truly free. Will you do the same for me?
Underwriting support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Greater Westfield Chamber of Commerce, the voice of business for the Greater Westfield communities. Informing, educating, and advocating, the Chamber provides opportunities for members to make meaningful connections on local, regional, and state levels. For more information on the Chamber's many events, workshops, and programs, as well as the benefits of membership, visit westfieldbiz.org. The Chamber focuses on the most important economy, yours. We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646. Discussions of local politics, events, happenings, and miscellany potpourri. Ken's Den, Tuesday, 8 to 10.
Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Wow! It is Tuesday morning, and it is the Westfield Land Weekend Show, hosted by yours truly, Bob Plass. Tuesday, May 21st, 2019, and counting. That great voice was JPEG Lucas, trusty, dusty, lusty, well-modulated psychic, the mischievous, mellifluous merrymaker of May is at the board, and Katie Megan Crean. Who is Peter Coles? Yeah, it's the other way around. I know, yes, but I call her Katie just for short. And Megan is short.
Just for short.
Yeah, is hashtag the girlfriend.
My girlfriend. Hashtag my girlfriend.
My girlfriend of
which
of
took
Peter
on a
Coles.
life of its own on Ken's Den.
Oh my gosh! I was thinking, oh God, we should give you a test to see whether you make the cut or not. Yeah, but I'll tell you something. Making the cut has already happened because you got up to be here, and you're able to hold fort with the four of us, the three of us.
She's put up with you and I for the last hour and a half, Bob.
Has it been that long?
That's impressive.
Yeah, look at the clock is right there. Yeah, it goes by quickly when you're having fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
This depends on which seat you're sitting in, Bob.
If I was forced to give up every day but one, I'd have to choose Tuesday. It is the most fun.
Of course, on Wednesday he
No
says
offense.
every day, but Wednesday.
No,
And on
no.
Thursday he says, "Oh no."
No,
never mind.
The other shows are wonderful.
They are
Yeah,
wonderful
Tina-
too.
Hey,
But
Gordon
wait!
and Jay.
What about Friday?
Yeah.
oh yeah, well, you know.
And then there's that. No, that's not true at all. Not true at all. Hey, everybody, we're sort of recounting the 350th anniversary celebration led by
Now-
Harry Rock and that great committee.
We're on to Saturday night.
Saturday night. Oh, my God.
Saturday.
You had a lot to do with it.
I almost played that song. So we had the New Year's Eve fireworks, right?
Yes.
And I asked Harry that afternoon. I said, "Harry, is we playing any music during the fireworks?"
Yeah.
Because Jay's going to set up a line array for the the countdown thing.
Uh-huh.
And
You're going to be on the radio. You are on the radio.
We are on the radio, right?
Yeah.
So
We're on the
anybody-
radio now, Bob.
We are. Oh, gosh.
So I said, "Is
I'll keep
anybody
my
going to
mouth
play?
shut.
Anybody going to play music for the fireworks?" He goes, "No, there really wasn't playing." I said, "Jay goes, well, the speakers are going to be set up. Why don't you play something?" So I played 4 songs. It was a 16-minute show, and it worked out great. So I asked Harry for this one. I said, "Harry, how long is this show? Because I'm going to play music. I'll set up my sound system."
Right.
And he's like, "It's 24 minutes." I'm like, "All right."
A 24-minute
So
fireworks
originally I was going to play it over Jay's sound system, but Jay goes, "They're going to start breaking everything down. It's their system." So
Well,
the band,
it wasn't my system. It was the band's. So
okay,
once they're
gotcha.
done,
Right.
they're done. Yeah.
So I fired up my 2,000 watters and cranked them up as loud as I could, and that's good enough. But I played music for that, and that'll be up. That was recorded on the camera, so we have that for when we put the fireworks show up. The music,
So
and it worked out perfectly.
Oh yeah, the numbers of people were there were thousands of people right there at South Middle
we were
School. What do
looking
you
at
think?
in the
That filled
field.
up.
We were in the field. We're thinking between 5,000 and 7,000 people.
Yep.
But there were easily another 2,000 or 3,000 all around,
All over,
cars
because you
and
could
parking
see-
lots.
Well, we watched people having cookouts along the street there, Mill
yeah.
Street.
Oh,
and
it was a
everything.
great. It was a great.
People were
great
up on the
thing.
rail trail. We heard
Talking
That's
about
people in the
talking
big
about
white
the
parking lot.
classic tailgating from anywhere around.
Oh
you
my
know,
gosh,
you
yes.
could see this display for miles.
That's right. I looked at the boys from the Westfield State who lived next to me, and one of them was sitting on the roof of their house prior to. That was at 6:00,
And
then they came up with the great idea of putting a sign out: $10 for parking.
That's great, smart.
And they made money.
I'm sure they did.
Honest to God.
And people, I
Nice.
heard people were watching it. A lot of people that went to the Westfield River Brew Fest,
Yeah.
Westfield River Brewing.
Yes.
They were all going down to Zuber's now Skyline Brewing. They were going to watch it in the parking lot there on the bluff there overlooking the field.
Is that where Skyline is going?
Yeah, they're going to become a full brewery.
At Zuber's.
Yeah, they bought the building.
I am so thrilled. Oh, how wonderful.
So they're working on rehabbing the building right now.
By
By the way, we should
That's
say
going to be big for Westfield.
should
Yeah.
say thank you to the Amati family and Advanced Manufacturing. They sponsored the fireworks display directly through some extra cash in the kitty, so to speak, in order to make it just like a
Huge.
spectacular display that we've never seen here in Westfield.
Right, they were on 2 trucks. Am I right? There was some.
They had
Harry
two
explained that
setups.
it was 2 setups.
It was like stereo.
It was. There were fireworks I've never seen. Gold fireworks.
Me too. That
Have
was
you-
the best fireworks ever.
I like those
I've
the
ever
little ones that
seen.
went. Pfft.
The ones at the bottom that looked like
The wave?
like sparkles,
Yes.
like
The fountain.
Oh my word! My word! It was so wonderful.
My fireworks color commentator was
Peter.
there.
Oh, Ken Stomsky has
morning,
entered the room.
Ken.
Good morning, Ken.
Good evening.
Good
You know,
evening.
I remember from the fireworks the ones that
The
were
fountain.
the ones that were ground that looked like anti-aircraft.
Yeah, fountains
rounds.
almost.
Yeah.
Somebody said that they had never, ever in their entire life seen a fireworks that display.
John
And
Vila said he's seen a ton of them all over the place, and these were incredible.
That's
he
what
was
I'm
right behind
saying.
us.
I
Yeah.
think that it was the best I have ever seen.
It was so the smile after listening to the Beach Boys. The Beach Boys sounded great. That you had a great
The
concert.
Driftwoods.
The Driftwoods,
Driftwoods.
actually, yes.
Yeah.
Playing their tribute to the Beach Boys, and they're watching the fireworks as they're taken down, they're going, we've done these things. We do beach parties all over the Northeast, and this is incredible. They were amazed.
Oh, my gosh.
So clearly, that's Atlas Fireworks did a nice job with the display.
Oh my God! And Westfield Bank is the lead sponsor for. We have to. I wish I had the list of sponsors, the major sponsors for all of the events, but Westfield Bank was the major sponsor. But Advanced. What is the name of the
Advanced Manufacturing?
Manufacturing. Yeah. I knew there was a second word there. Yeah.
And the Shirtlift Foundation was also a big part of this.
And I think the Mass Cultural Council as well. Westfield Cultural Council.
Yeah, there was a ton of sponsors. Everybody stepped up for this one.
Yeah.
Everybody truly stepped up.
The banks, honest to God. All right, so the fireworks ended. I got to tell you, I could not sit in the crowd because James is claustrophobic. So we were sitting. I was
on
sitting
the edge of the crowd.
By myself because there was a tree in front of me and I couldn't see it. So I moved by myself, and people were walking by, and they said, I said, geez, this looks like lonely time. Me sort of sitting here by myself. It was so peaceful. I want to sit by myself and watch fireworks. It was the most pleasure. Myself. Oh yeah, it's true.
And the Beverage Foundation was another one.
Oh, Beverage Foundation. You got it. You got it.
I'll just keep listing them as they pop into my
please,
head.
please do. So, 7:40, everybody. I got to tell you that on Broadway right now, there's this thing called Oklahoma.
Where the wind comes sweeping through the plains.
Listen to you.
Jeez, all I knew was,
yeah, that's exactly right. No, we all know Oklahoma. However, this is with a 7-piece country western band. There are only 7 pieces in it, and it's a darker version of Oklahoma. And Ado Annie is Ali Stroker, who was in a wheelchair. She is the first performer to perform on Broadway in a wheelchair. And she is incredible. She's nominated for a Tony. And she was on live with Regis and
Ryan
and
Kelly.
Regis hasn't been around in quite a while.
I can't remember that. Live with Kelly and Ryan had her on this week.
Some morning show.
And I wanted to play it because I'm just a girl who can't say no. That's not me. I'm not the girl who can't say no, and neither are you, Katie.
Oh, absolutely not.
Is it easy for you to say no? Let's hear you say no.
No.
I understand that Katie never says no.
Never says no.
I have a problem with saying no sometimes.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Yeah. I have. That's been my problem my entire life. People have said to me, James said, can you just say no once to folks? And I said, I like the idea of a yes or a maybe. A yes or a maybe.
Or we'll see.
Or we'll see or whatever. Yes, exactly right.
Let me think about it.
We'll see was the one that got me away from the kids.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, got me out the door.
Let me check my calendar when I get home.
Oh, yes. So at any rate, this is Ali Stroker. She's nominated for a Tony. You've never heard a version of I Can't Say No like this. It's so great, and it's country. Listen to this.
It ain't so much a question of not knowing what to do. I know what's right and wrong since I've been 10. I heard a lot of stories, and I reckon they are true. About how girls are put upon by men. I know I mustn't fall into the pit, but when I'm with the fella, I forget. berries. What you gonna do? Supposing that he says that you're sweeter than cream, and he's gotta have cream or die. What you gonna do when he talks that way? Spit in his eye. Now I can feel the undertow. I never make a complaint till it's too late for restraint. Then when I'm on you, I can't say no.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Bay State Dental. Comprehensive dentistry at 14 convenient locations in Springfield, Chicopee, Longmeadow, West Springfield, Belchertown, East Longmeadow, Ludlow, Northampton, Greenfield, and Wilbraham, as well as 29 Broad Street in Westfield. Bay State Dental makes it a priority to help you achieve and maintain the healthy smile you deserve. On the web at baystatedental.com.
Underwriting for WSKB's community radio programming is brought to you in part by R. Levesque Associates. They are offering landscape architecture, civil engineering, environmental permitting, and land surveying. RLA is a second-generation company devoted to excellence in the planning and design of outdoor spaces. On the web at rlaland.com or at 40 School Street in Westfield. One of our underwriters here at WSKB's Community Radio is Carson Center for Health and Human Services, a nonprofit organization located at 20 Broad Street in Westfield. They provided behavioral health and rehabilitation services in communities throughout Western Massachusetts since 1963. There are services for children, adolescents, adults, families, and couples. You can find them on the web at carsoncenter.org or at 413-572-4132.
We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646. Friday mornings is something different on 89.5 FM. It's JP's Talk About Town.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Wow, it's Tuesday morning, and it is May 21st, 2 days after the final, well, not the final, because it's still a year celebration of the 350th anniversary of Westfield, and we have been recounting the wonderful
Recounting or recovering?
We've been recovering and recounting the last weekend. And
what did he say?
I didn't hear.
I
only hear
recovering
half.
and recounting.
Yes, right. Yeah,
No,
Ken Stomsky there, everybody.
As Pete was wandering out of the room, he shouted something. I
don't even listen to him.
JPEG Luca on that voice.
Me neither.
And that is Katie Crean, the infamous Megan Katie Crean, the girlfriend.
Hashtag
my girlfriend.
The girlfriend.
Hashtag my girlfriend.
Hey, who brought the shots?
You were nervous about coming on the show.
I don't know what he's talking about.
You weren't nervous?
No. I just wanted to know what we were talking about. I didn't know it was going to be this easy.
Don't you dare. Yes. Peter is going to be back in, and then we're going to do a wonderful segment.
And, I have to say that I am a little thirsty.
You are?
Yes. I haven't had an opportunity to do a shot the last 2 hours while I was listening to this broadcast because Katie is here and Pete isn't behind the board saying, my girlfriend.
Oh, that's
Maybe we
right.
should just set him up somehow when he comes back. We'll set him up to say it.
I have plans on that.
Okay.
Well, shall we take a poll? No, not a poll, but we could bet whether he says it or not. I don't think we can get him to say it. Could we? Let's try to get him to say the girlfriend.
That will end up being even money, Bob, because it'll happen.
You think he's going to say that?
Absolutely. I could be sitting right there and he'll say it.
No.
Yes.
All right. We'll see. He's entering the room now. Yes, Peter Coles is entering the room. Peter Coles, the kitten of the kiosk.
Sitting in
what
his
I was
chair.
just saying, as you were out, I'm kind of thirsty. Because you haven't said one catchphrase yet this morning.
We've been saying it all morning.
What is it?
My girlfriend.
Oh, for God, no!
Shot time!
20 seconds.
She's here live, everyone. Sometimes
making her radio debut.
Yeah, and
That's
proving that there is a girlfriend out there, and this girlfriend is funny, intelligent, and beautiful all at the same time.
I am the trifecta. I'm a triple threat.
You are a triple threat.
When I first started, this goes way back. When I first started dating Marion, I used to hang out down in Connecticut at my buddy's place we called the Mansion in the Woods. People that know me back in the day.
Yeah.
So I'd be down there almost every weekend, but I'd always talk about Marion. She's my girlfriend. I mean, literally a year went by before she came down. I think we went to we had a Halloween party, a big bash down there, and everybody's going around. There is a Marion. There is a Marion. So that was the yeah.
But I don't have a name. I'm just my girlfriend.
Oh, well, you're my girlfriend.
My girlfriend. Hashtag my girlfriend.
Well, it's better than hey you.
Yeah.
Peter, while you were out of the room, I think Katie said there was a time that she thought you didn't know her name. At least you didn't call her Katie like I did.
I always knew her name.
Yeah, you knew her name was Megan. But
until
the girlfriend.
until I was maybe 12 or 13 years old, I thought my mother's name was A.
Actually, her real name is Megan Elizabeth.
Well, I know that. But there's a Catherine in there someplace, isn't there?
No, there's a Judith. No Catherine.
There's a Judith. Oh, yeah. You are not a Judy.
Catherine
I don't want to call
found.
you Judy. No. Or Betsy. That would be Elizabeth or Betty.
Betty.
No. And Megan is nice. It's really lovely. Meg.
Your friends will call you Meggie, right?
Meggie.
Yes.
That's nice. But Katie just is right there.
I know.
I
think
Bob's
right
selling it.
there.
He's selling it.
Yeah, I love that name.
I think I should just change my name.
Well,
Katie.
you know that I'm going to call you Katie the rest of your life, just like I call Pete Cole's mother Eileen. Her name is what?
Jean.
Jean. Call her Eileen. And yeah.
It's just Bob.
I think A is a lot easier.
A. Hey. Oh my God.
Hey,
everybody, speaking of Hayes, let's talk about the finale. Let's talk about the parade. Oh, my gosh. It lasted for 2.5 hours, 3 hours?
Just about 2.5.
2.5 hours. And for those who...
It's about what we expected, actually.
Is that right?
Yeah.
It started up here at the university, and it went down Western Avenue. And Western Avenue is being done over by the state, I think. Is that right?
Yeah, Mass DOT. Yeah.
And so they came in and they filled all the potholes and everything that they're fixing.
No, the city did that.
Oh, the city did that. See,
this is that fake news I was talking about earlier.
There it is.
So the city DPW has gotten really good at paving short sections of road. So they really went through the past couple of weeks, paved a couple of sections of roads that were really bad, and then they did a lot of pothole patching. But then whilst they were doing that, there are crews working to prep the road for the construction to rip it apart. So they're doing underground lines. So they patched their holes and made sure everything was nice and fairly smooth.
Yeah. They did a fabulous job. Now the parade had 11 divisions.
Yes.
And in that
82 marching units. 82. And about 40 vehicles and or floats.
40 vehicles and or floats.
Bob, we went through this that morning when you were having me Google.
Oh yes. When you see the thing on television, Bob has a special assistant, and that special assistant is sitting right beside us, because we went down the list of people who are marching in the parade, Jay, and I'd say, I don't know what this means. There was somebody, Trevor the gamesman. We had no idea what Trevor is, and
He's
so
the guy on stilts.
Yeah, right. Well, we found that out, and Megan would do the research, so I had some. Happy birthday, 350 years for Westfield, Massachusetts. We're up here. We are on Court Street, Kathy, right?
We are on Lower Court Street, almost on the corner of Court and Elm, and we are waiting. We have this wonderful crowd here today, Bob. We could not have wished for better weather than what we have today.
You know, this etc. So in order to see the parade, you can see the entire parade in its entirety.
Yeah, that you can already see it on Facebook because
so what do you put into Facebook?
We're going to be. It was on the Westfield 350 page. Look in the videos section, but we're also uploading it to the Westfield Community Programming YouTube page, and then our good friend Kenneth over there is going to embed it in the Westfield350.org. How long is that website going to be up?
We just renewed the URL, the DNS redirect.
Yep.
So those renewals either go 1, 2, or 3 years. I'm not sure which one we took, but it's going to be up for at least this year, the 2019 year.
Wow, I'm
finding a way of archiving it too.
Oh yeah, it would be wonderful to for folks. 9-year-old kids will be 59 or in 50 years, and the 9-year-old kids, and there were plenty of them at the parade, are going to remember this day, and it will be wonderful for folks to see who we were back to the future, if we want to look at it that way. And that parade was so well done. And Paul Nunez,
he was the parade committee chair.
Yeah, Westfield on weekends marched, and I said to James, "How was the setup and everything?" They said, "You wouldn't believe the setup. I mean, 82 marching units. There was not a lag in the parade."
Thanks to Westfield State and Stanley Park for allowing us to stage everybody on their properties.
See, now I can say this now. Paul Nunez has great organizer, and of course, when you're putting something that big together with that many people, you in your mind you go through the list in your mind of everything that could possibly go wrong, and you try.
I know we did.
That. Yeah. So I'm talking with Paul before one of our committee meetings, and I'm going, we all set, and Paul goes, yeah, we're gonna this will work, and he's going through the list of, and he's thinking in his mind, he goes, I'm not worried about it. It'll work. I can say this now. He really wasn't. He goes, everybody knows their job. He goes, it'll work.
He made sure of that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the entire parade and the floats were incredible. Oh my gosh.
Great stuff.
There was some incredible. Westfield Bank, the major lead sponsor, had an incredible float. Some of the churches, Blessed Sacraments Church, who else?
Polish National Credit Union had a great float too.
Oh my God!
That was done by the construction tech department.
Oh, and
they built it.
York had a great one too.
Oh my God,
Don
York, that was incredible. And also, we have to mention Rick and Cindy Gaylord's float that the Vancinis helped on, and for both there was one of a canal boat, and there was another one.
First Congregational Church.
First Congregational.
That's on their front lawn now.
Oh, you can see it.
They put the church on their front lawn.
It is so beautiful.
I'm glad they had a way to park it.
Then they took the building off the float and put it on their front lawn.
Neat.
It is so cool.
It's on display.
And if you look at that,
I didn't notice that on my way up today.
Get this: the clock is stopped at 3:50, 10 of 4.
Yep.
And he thought of everything.
Isn't that cool? Those little details.
Yes. And then the mummers ended the parade and went right to
I'm just glad
green.
all this didn't happen on April 20th.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
See what I did there?
What, 4:20? Oh, my gosh. So then we all went to the green for cake and ice cream. And
some of you went to the green.
I went over.
Some of us tore down all of the stuff.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
some of us were too dainty to get involved breaking down.
That would be me.
Oh, that was...
No, she had a tough enough time taking care of my mom.
Oh, my God, yes. And being my assistant is tough as well.
Yes.
Taking care of my mom.
The parade was so wonderful, so wonderful. Hey, Harry Rock, Westfield's 350th chairperson, thank you to all of the committees, all of the volunteers, all of the sponsors. Jay, you can do a professional thank you. Go right ahead.
Thank you.
Why do you look at him and think professional?
I don't know, but
he got to that point and I went like,
what the hell are you talking about?
No, but thank you. I am still smiling, and it's tough to even get to sleep. I got to use my sound machine because I can't get to sleep because I'm so high on what happened this weekend. It's been great. And hey, 7:59 in the morning. Ken, we'll come back and we'll do a little nitwits on your show. Is that possible?
We will.
There's always nitwits on Ken's show.
You want? We can do a quick break and then go into nitwits.
All right.
You want to do that?
You want to do that?
Fine.
Let's do a quick break. We'll be back and we'll introduce Megan Katie Crean to as Nitwits Match Wits.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Bay State Noble Hospital, a brand new name for a Westfield institution which is improving the health of our community every day with quality and compassion. Noble Hospital and Bay State Health, better together.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Westfield Bank. For more than 160 years, Westfield Bank has been an important community presence and commercial leader in the Pioneer Valley. With convenient full banking services in Westfield, West Springfield, East Longmeadow, Agawam, Feeding Hills, Springfield, Southwick, as well as Enfield and Granby, Connecticut, visit us on the web at westfieldbank.org. We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646. Friday mornings is something different on 89.5 FM. It's JP's Talk About Town.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Wow, it's Tuesday morning, and we're about to be finishing Westfield on Weekends, the show. Wow, it's Tuesday, and going into Ken's Den. Ken Stomsky is here. We're about to play as Nitwits Match Wits, and playing with us today is Ken Stomsky of Ken's Den, Westfield's greatest radio program, and we also have the Kitten of the Keys, that mellifluous voice. The merrymaker of May, Peter Coles, is here playing, and today we have a new victim. Her name is her name is Megan Katie Crean. She is #my girlfriend, and she is playing for all of you girlfriends outside. We are playing as Nitwits Match Wits. Let's begin. Katie, do you know how this works?
I have no idea how
I
this
ask
works.
a question and you give an answer. We ask 100 people, and it's like Family Feud.
Let's play the feud.
Yes,
Okay.
that's exactly right. So as Nitwits Match Wits, this is our first question. All right. We asked 100 married women to name something their husband does for them that is his way of saying love. I love you. We asked 100 married women, and we asked 100 people. Okay, so your girlfriend, something that's their girlfriend for them that is that guy's way of saying I love you.
A text message that says, "Do you need anything?" Do you need any? Do you need me to stop at the store?
Oh, you mean
you have to pick one.
Okay. Do you need me to stop at the store?
Oh, okay.
I say cook dinner.
I was going to say feed their face.
Yeah, cook dinner. What do you say, Bob?
I'd say flowers. Bring home flowers.
I only bought them when I pissed somebody off.
That's exactly right. That's right. Flowers by Webster saw you coming. That's exactly right. Peter, did you weigh in here?
Cook dinner.
Yeah. Oh, cook dinner. Buy flowers is number 1, 53 out of 100. Cook dinner is number 2. A clean house is number 3. Wash dishes is number 4. And give her time is number 5.
Give her time should be number 1.
Oh, do you think so? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Next question.
Okay. Name something of your neighbors that you've dreamed was yours.
Their wife.
Kenny, for Pete's sake.
The garden tractor?
The garden tractor?
The car.
the car, their house. All right. The answers are car, number 1, 50 people. Number 2 is house. Number 3 is nothing. Number 4 is wife. Honest to God. Number 5.
You made the list.
Really?
I was number 1.
Lawn, pet,
Yeah,
and
but
TV follow.
question number 1, you were number 0.
Yes.
Who's
okay.
counting?
Yes.
I am.
Next question.
All right. Name something that's specific that women who've been married a long time must be sick of doing.
Laundry.
Laundry. Spoken like a real woman. Yes. Kenny, we have no idea on this one. Name something specific that women who've been married a long time must be sick of doing.
Shaving.
Shaving?
Yeah.
Shaving?
Shaving your legs, your pits, making yourself presentable.
Oh.
After a while, you get in a rut, you just let yourself go, right?
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Yes, Peter Coles.
Taking care of the kids.
They're married a long time. They're sick of doing. Telling their husband to pick up his socks.
That's a good one.
Or pick up. Is that right?
Yes, that sounds very familiar.
Yes. All right. Number 1, cleaning house. Number 2, cooking. Number 3 is laundry. Number 4 is making love. They're sick of it. They are sick of it. Number 5 is babying their hubby. Babying their
taking
hubby.
care of the kids.
It's exactly right.
And I got a goose egg on that one.
Yes, you did.
Really? Well, shaving their legs.
I know that, if I was a woman and I was around the same person after years and years and years, I'd stop caring and just, I'd go squatch.
Oh, really?
Final question.
Name something a man would spend money on when he's trying to look better. Name something a man would spend money on when he's trying to look better.
Manscaping.
This is a very hard one. What is that?
Manscaping.
You pay for that? I don't want to. Wait a minute.
Wait, you don't pay for manscaping. You do
How
that.
about something a man would spend money on to manscape? You mean you would actually pay somebody to
go into the
manscape?
salon and do the salon thing.
I'm saying Botox.
I don't want to be that salon keeper, man.
Me neither.
Yeah, there are many places out there that provide that service.
Is that right?
Yes.
I had no idea. Does Basha down at Vivid? That would be a vivid memory if I went in the men's.
I believe
it's possible.
I believe Brazilians are on that
Brazilians.
menu down there.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yes. So, name something a man would spend money on when he's trying to look better. Yes, Ken.
It would have to be clothing.
I'm saying Botox.
Botox. You know what? I think a haircut. A haircut.
Bob's going low.
Yeah. Oh, clothes and shoes. Number 1. Number 2, a hairpiece.
That's manscaping of a sort.
Oh my God! Usually they look like Donald Trump, like a muskrat landed on the head.
Comb forward, swoosh back.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you wanted to turn this morning political.
Oh, I did. A haircut is number 3, and a car is number 4. And all right, wait a minute. Can we do just one more
quickly?
Here's a quick one. If dogs ran the world, name something there would be a lot more of. If dogs ran the world, name something there would be a lot more of.
Love.
Nap time.
Fire hydrants.
Fire hydrants. Pet stores. All right. What is the answer? The correct answer is puppies. If dogs ran the world, oh my gosh. Fire hydrants is number 2. Bones is number 3. Dog food is number 4. Dog mess is number 5.
I can't believe love isn't on there.
Well, puppies, where do puppies come from? Dog love, puppy love. Oh, there you go.
There.
The winner of this week's As Nitwits Match Wits is Katie Crean.
Yay!
Hashtag my girlfriend. You win the trip to Ludlow.
Oh, fabulous.
Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Hey, everybody. It's 8:09 in the morning. Today is Pete Townsend's birthday. We thank you to everybody, all our guests today, Jay and Peter Coles behind the board and Ken Stomsky. And thanks again to the 350th Committee and Harry Rock for a wonderful weekend. We look forward to many more wonderful happenings, including the summer concerts of Westfield on Weekends, which take place beginning in June. Go on westfieldonweekends.org. And Pumpkin Fest on October 12th and December Fest, which starts the weekend after Thanksgiving. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Go on westfieldonweekends.org and get out there and volunteer, everybody. Here's Pete Townsend. His birthday is today.
One of my favorite songs.
Yeah. Let My Love Open the Door.